Welcome back. We're going to take a quick look at Bitcoin coming in at number one. So for Bitcoin last week, what freaking happened, right? To be honest, if you look at Bitcoin, huge volume, highest volume ever recorded on Binance Exchange, right? No other time have we ever seen such huge volume for Bitcoin. So I think it's getting I mean, are the whales buying up Bitcoin? Yes. So for every seller, there's always a buyer. Someone selling, someone buying, someone selling, someone buying. So someone is actually buying up a shit ton of Bitcoin. Not someone, but a lot of people are actually buying a shit ton of Bitcoin at these prices, right? So how would you know? I've said this many times. How would you know if a trend is about to end? Yeah, the volume starts rising, right? That's how you know that things are about to end, right? I mean, of course, we didn't end immediately. We did another higher high before falling lower, right? And again, never in the history of Binance was there so much volume for a particular week. How much volume was it? 2.777 million. Do you see it? 2.777 million, right? If let's say the average is 19,400, right? 19,400 Bitcoin times 2.777000 Bitcoin. So this is a 53 billion dollars worth of Bitcoin has exchanged. It is. I mean, if that much was sold, but this is the amount of volume, right? 53 billion. This is crazy stuff. So I think a huge accumulation is actually happening. And again, I strongly feel like the end is not too far away. I mean, we could do something like this, right? Where you see a significant rise in volume, but we didn't end until a higher high, and only did we fall over, right? So I feel like the same thing could happen over here as well, where we see a potential lower low, right? And then only do we see a potential recovery towards the upside, right? If you look at alternative.me, you will be able to tell that the market as a whole is actually where's that Bitcoin alternative ME sentiment crypto fear and greed index. Nope, can't even. Yeah, so there's extreme fear. There's been extreme fear for a very long time, and so it's been hovering at 20 for a very long time. Let me just go 3 months. How is it? Fear. We've all been in fear, and so yeah, like I was saying, usually the markets will go in the opposite direction. So I feel like the end is just really not too far away. I mean, 19,000 might not be the bottom, right? What's the bottom here? 17,000 might not be the bottom. I feel like we could still head towards 16K at this point of time, right? Sub 16K. There are other people calling for 13K, 12K, even 10K, but I don't see the target towards 10K. I'm not saying we can't go that low, but I'm saying where's the target? I still don't see the target for 10K. So yeah, 16K at this point of time is it for me. I think 16K is it. But of course, as a trader and as a smart investor, you will want to see clear buying pressure coming in first. There's just no buying pressure yet, right? Yes, this is accumulation. Buying pressure is when you see things like this. Just buying pressure, push, and it just keeps going higher and higher. So yeah, where's the buying pressure? Yes, there's volume, but where's the buying pressure? There's none, right? So accumulation is actually happening, and yeah, eventually, I can't say for sure, but potentially Bitcoin should be, seeing some sort of a rally, right? That is my guess, right? If you look at Bitcoin for the year, this is a horrible year, for Bitcoin, right? Big red candlestick. So if you go to a 2-year candlestick, right, this is actually a, let me see, 24 M. Oh, you can't? Okay. Yeah, if you were to see on a higher time frame, this is actually potentially a shooting star when you combine. Okay, let me just show you an example as if I can find 4 hour. Let me see. Yeah. So when you see a green candlestick followed by a huge red candlestick, right? This is called a bearish engulfing candlestick. So bearish engulfing candlesticks on a higher time frame is actually where's that thing? Yeah, it's actually a shooting star. So yeah. Anyway, things are not looking good. Last week was a shooting star as well, but normally shooting stars is a bullish trend, and after that you see a shooting star, and then potentially a reversal back down. Not necessarily guaranteed, but potentially a bearish reversal should be in the cards. So yeah, we're still expecting more downside. But again, like I was saying, I've been saying this for like 1-2 weeks, right? Because the boys and I in Patreon, we noticed the volume, and we think that the end is just not too far away. So should we start accumulating? For me, personally, my answer is still a no. I can't just jump in like that. I need to see buying pressure. There is a sign that the end is not too far away, but we could still see a rise of like 20-30%. So I do not want to lose like 20-30% of my value, right? So it's not fun to lose. Let's say you put in 10,000 right now. So that's you lose $2,000 down 8,000. So yeah, doesn't feel good because you could still trade this volatility down, right? If you were to drop another 17% from where we are, altcoins would also be falling. So some altcoins might drop 20-something%, 30-something%. So there is still another final move lower, which we could actually capture, right? But for now, the chart pattern is just not so clear. But again, the target still remains for sub 16K for Bitcoin. We have been kind of in a sideways move, so be careful because there could be whale shenanigans. We may not just drop straight away. We could still, see some sort of a rally up before coming back down, something like that. Yeah, we could still build a descending triangle. So there could be a rally, right? And again, Bitcoin is very tight to the dollar index, but we've kind of decoupled from it, right? In the sense that the dollar index was actually rising, but Bitcoin did not collapse, right? The S&P did, but Bitcoin did not. Bitcoin just went sideways while the dollar rose in strength. So it's like, okay, that's a very strange development. So yeah, you gotta be cautious. We had a target over here at 113, perfectly hit, and I still don't know whether if this is it. We could be heading all the way back down, right? I was telling the boys, if you look back in history, right, and if you were to consider this symmetrical triangle squeeze for the dollar index, right, very nice squeeze, very nice rally. We hit targets, and then we did a retrace, right? So when we retrace, where do we retrace to, right? So if this whole thing is an A, right, let's just assume it's an A, we go up for a B, we come down for a C, we go up for a D, and then an E, and then we break out, right? Yeah. So when we retrace, where do we retrace to? The top of C, right? This is the top of wave C. So there is significant support over here. And so this was where we stopped, right? Bounce once, boing, boing, and then we rose. So doesn't mean it's going to happen, but will history repeat itself, right? This is where the support is. So could we head all the way back down to 103? Could we? 103, and after that, we hit here, boing, again, boing, and after that, we go back up. What do you think? Could we just be hovering around here, right? Not too sure, we're not too sure, but should things drop really low, right? If the dollar really does drop really low, then I would expect us to have strong support at 103.5, somewhere around the area, somewhere around 103. So I would expect something like this to happen. And so so this is still a long way down, and so this could be the spark for Bitcoin's bullish trend change. So that'll be interesting though. But then again, I feel like this is still too early to call a bullish trend reversal. Yes, there are signs in Bitcoin, but again, it's still too early to call trend reversal, right? Bitcoin dominance feels to me like it could be, squeezing for a move, right? There's a consolidation over here, so we're expecting a rally to come on. But the question I have is, what kind of a rally are we gonna have? Is this a strong rally up, or is this just a weak rally up and then we come back down, right? Because if you look at Bitcoin's overall picture, it is very bearish. Right? It's very bearish. So yeah, we could do something like that. So there could be a strong rally right from here, a strong rally up to create the next mountain, right? So yeah, but all I see is actually mountains. So Bitcoin is not gonna do well, to be honest. Just by looking at the Bitcoin dominance, you know that Bitcoin eventually, right, in the long run, may not be doing well. So yeah, be very, very careful about rushing into a trade for Bitcoin. All right, I guess that's it from my Bitcoin technical analysis. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I shall see you in the next video. All right, see you. Bye.